CEO is in the building. It's your pleasure, step right in. I'm about to speak game, I'm about to speak truth. Calculating moves from the floor to the booth. It's not what you say, it's what you relay. Infinite preparation, mapping out the play. No games, no cap, just provocation, checking off the tasks. I'm charting out the play. So what we got today is a preparation. Now we master pain, pure mastery running through my veins.
Pontificate.
CEO, see you now.
Good night. Welcome to another episode of the Late Show with CEO. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Tonight I was thinking about covering a little extra than what the title says. I was thinking about covering a little bit of the Iran mess, some more New York mess that I found while I was setting up the show. How's everybody doing this evening? Hope everyone's good, and give yourself a round of applause. YouTube has got some new policies that they plan on implementing in February of 2027. So that's about 6 months away, 5-6 months away, give or take. February 27th, they'll be planning on updating the monetization policy, basically doubling it. Instead of 10 million shorts, you'll have to do 20 million. Instead of 4,000 fully monetized watched hours, you would have to do 8,000. I didn't want to start with that, but we're gonna cover that a little bit later on in the show. Amazon in New York, the mayor of New York City, Mayor Mondani, is beefing. Wanted to cover that a little bit. Some contract negotiations going on with that. But what I wanted to get in first is the Dr. Fauci situation. Y'all remember him? Y'all remember when they were calling the people Y'all remember when they were calling the people who didn't want to get vaccinated crazy? Right? You had to get vaccinated to fly. You had to get vaccinated to maintain employment for certain companies. Come to find out, the people who they were calling conspiracy theorists, we're going to call them purebloods. The people who did not get vaccinated, seems like they were right, because Dr. Fauci has been found to be lying via some new text messages that was released. Right? So I wanted to get into that. I think I got some shortcut buttons. Hold on, let me set up. Let me see if I could grab the video real quick. Make sure everything's how they say, copacetic. I don't like using that word for personal reasons, but let's make sure everything is copacetic in this situation. Got that set up right. Over here, share screen. Hit that button. Oh, nope. Hit it up wrong. Hit the wrong button. Hold on. Click here. Now hit the button. Hit that. There we go. Is my mouse dying? I think I need to charge my mouse. But here's a report from Fox News with some of these private text messages that Dr. Fauci had in his mobile, one of his mobile devices. So let's cover that.
Senator Ron Johnson, Senator Rand Paul have put out, they got a hold of his cell phone and they put out some of his text messages. I mean, there are thousands.
34,000.
So the one that stood out today is regarding what happened on January 25th, 2021, when he speculated openly to anybody on his text chain, quote, I asked around a bit, more than another issue came up that you need to be aware of. Since many people have significant cytokine storm and fever after their second dose, their second vaccine. This theoretically could be associated with miscarriage in the first trimester, theoretically. Dr. Walensky wrote back, definitely a good.
So theoretically, according to these text messages, that means in theory that if you took the vaccine while pregnant, you could have had a miscarriage. That was January 25th, 2021. So a doctor is saying theoretically, one of the main spokespersons for the 3 vaccines that was going around, I think it was what, Merida or something like that, Pfizer, and then some other brand that I didn't even know. Right. So theoretically, by your second dose, you could have had a miscarriage. Very strange for a, well, I don't think it's strange because the vaccine was rushed, but this man said these vaccines was completely safe, and you were an idiot if you didn't take it. Let's hear what else he had to say.
Point, especially after dose 2. So here we are with this brand new vaccine. We wonder, should kids get it? We wonder what people should get it. And we also wonder if you're pregnant, or want to be pregnant, should you take it? And the answer was, of course, everybody should take it. But behind the scenes, he worried about some of the things that he was hearing about and reading about.
But here he is encouraging everyone, including pregnant moms, to take it.
Thus far, with thousands of women who are pregnant, having gotten the vaccine following the EUA, there have been no red flags of anything that anyone would be worried about. There are severe outcomes for mother and baby during COVID-19 infection. Therefore, it is extremely important for pregnant women and women planning to get pregnant to get vaccinated.
Okay,
So yeah, no red flags, but that's.
That man looked right into that camera and lied directly to the American people's face. Everyone, right? This was a time when people were glued to the news looking for answers, looking for the next piece of valuable information from the experts. And yet this man got in front of the TV after these text messages and said he would suggest to pregnant people / women, right, that it was safe to take the vaccine, even though he had a theory that it can cause miscarriage. This is why people don't believe the media anymore. Right? When everybody, my theory is this: when everybody is saying the same thing, it's a lie. It's a script. It's a script. Our news networks has grown too comfortable lying to us about the important stuff. It is what it is. Let's see what the Fox anchors had to say about that.
After he clearly, we now know, knew that there were red flags.
Okay, so the text messages with Dr. Walensky, also included on that text message was Dr. Vivek Murthy, who later became the Surgeon General. Walensky was the CDC director. So all three of them are on this text. He's saying, I'm worried that it could cause miscarriage in the first trimester. And she writes back, especially after dose 2. Then a month later was that soundbite that you just heard, when he's saying no red flags, women can get pregnant, women planning to get pregnant, they need to get vaccinated.
My bad, I was muted. It's always about the money, Unc. Remember Dave, the spokesperson for Subways? Subways Eat Fresh? He was the Dave for the vaccines, man. He was Dave's. His offshore's account, but like you said, busted out the seams, right? Tens of millions of dollars after the rollout of these vaccines. It's crazy. It's crazy that people was believing this stuff while he got rich. But then they want to be mad at the president because he's profiting while not taking a salary while he's in office, but had nothing to say with Biden offshore accounts and businesses that he had in Ukraine. Shit is bogus, bro.
So he's saying one thing in the text to these other experts. Why didn't any of those other two experts speak out? Why didn't the CDC director or the Surgeon General say, Dr. Fauci, you told us something different in our text messages a month ago. Are we lying to the American people? What if a woman is pregnant right now and she takes that second dose and she has a miscarriage? Is that our fault? Because we didn't tell the public the truth? What if you had a miscarriage in 2021? Are you like wondering now? Was it because of the vaccine? Dr. Fauci told me I was fine to take it. This is going to open a whole new can of worms. People are going to sue because they're going to.
And people, that's what a supervillain looks like. Get a good look at that. Let me make them big screen for you real quick. Get a good look at this man. That's what your modern day supervillain looks like. Going to plead the fifth 111 times when he's already got a presidential pardon. That's what he looks like. Look at his face. That's the face of evil. That's the face of evil right there. He didn't care what happened to you. He just got rich. He didn't care what happened to you. And his punk ass lawyer sitting to his left, sitting to his right. He didn't care. That's right. That's right, willing to win. Diabolical, bro. It's diabolical, bro. Look at him. This look like some. Remember when they had Iron Man at Congress in Iron Man 2? This is the real supervillain right here. For real, man. It's crazy. Same old, right? Psst. Shit is wild, Shit is wild. That's why I don't believe nothing. Nothing. I just watch the numbers. Because the numbers ain't gonna lie. I just watch the numbers. Hard, concrete numbers. I don't let them tell me the numbers. I want to hear the numbers, see the numbers, and then experience the numbers in the real world.
Be so upset about this. They lost their children. How many children are, if this is true, if the vaccine did cause miscarriages, how many children are in heaven because of that misinformation?
Yeah. And of course, this is not something that was not speculated and talked about among the great unwashed masses. We were all wondering about it and asking about it, asking penetrating questions about it. And we now know that this guy was lying about it and saying things behind closed doors, realizing that there was a real danger here, and then telling our wives, our friends, our daughters, our sisters that there was nothing to worry about.
And remember, Jimmy Kimmel and and guys like Chuck Todd was screaming at you, how dare you not get vaccinated?
How dare you question this?
Yeah, how dare you question this? Here's Senator Roger Marshall. Was also an obstetrician.
They have subpoena power. They can have an independent investigation, and then they can prosecute as well. All Congress can do is expose the truth or try to expose the truth, which is hard to do when a guy takes the fifth 111 times. A full 9/11 style commission would also be something that could work as well, but really.
Damn, my bad, y'all. I was muted. I was saying it remind me of the movie. Let me run it back. I was saying it remind me of the movie 2012 when when the governor was on TV saying the earthquake it'll pass and everything is going to be fine. California is going to be fine. And the husband was in the kitchen telling him to get in the fucking car, saying he's an actor. He's reading from a script. That's what these guys do. They read from a script and feed it to the American people. And don't you dare ask questions about it, right? Don't ask questions. Don't use your common sense, because then they will assassinate you socially if you was to use your common sense and start speaking the truth. It was so many doctors that lost their license that was talking about the people that they cured outside of using the vaccine of COVID-19. You know what I'm saying? With the turmeric and the releasing the diet that released the heavy metals out your system, people lost their license over that. They deplatformed you, they debanked you, right? They took people careers, all for what? For the dollar. For the dollar. Right? I believe the whole COVID experiment was it was a real virus. Let's not get it twisted. It was a real flu, because I actually caught it. And ironically, I caught it after I got my 2 vaccines, right? And I got sick really bad. And ever since, it's like, if you sneeze on me, I'm gonna catch a cold. Right? That's why I stay in the house, so I don't get sick. Right? It really messed up my immune system. My back started hurting, my chest started hurting. It's just wild. Yeah, I smoke my vape, but it's like, this is different. Right? Body pains, aches, all happened after the vaccine. You feel me? When you take the vaccine, you're feeling good. Like, remember the trend? Oh, I got superpowers after the vaccine. Remember that trend? I don't know what happened, but like, it did make you feel better initially. But then it's like, yo, like, you could, like, someone sneeze on you, you'll feel yourself getting sick immediately. It's like it totally obliterated the a healthy immune system after you took that shot. For most of us, actually.
They have subpoena power. They can have an independent investigation, and then they can prosecute as well. All Congress can do is expose the truth or try to expose the truth, which is hard to do when a guy takes the fifth 111 times. A full 9/11 style commission would also be something that could work as well, but really it's going to be up to the Attorney General, I think. Does he want an independent counsel to go forward with this? This is a situation where there was so much power concentrated in one.
I believe you, Uncle Rick. They did put placebo some people and put the real thing. So that was cooking the books. They cooked the books with medical. Everyone that was willing to participate in taking the vaccine was a lab rat. I remember in New York, they was putting perfectly healthy people that was on ventilators and body bags. People was busting out the body bags perfectly fine, right? They'll just come put a ventilator on you, then put you in a body bag. That's strange. If the person is dead, why do they need a ventilator? And I thought you only put dead people in the body bag. So why would you put a ventilator on a person, a breathing machine on a person, then put them in a body bag. That makes no sense. That was strange. They was like, oh, so to keep people. Nah, it was just a big mess. So the numbers are cooked. We don't know who actually died from the vaccine or even COVID, because I remember, because my daughter's mother was pregnant with my daughter, right? I remember they actually kicked her out the hospital. If you died during COVID, they just marked it as a COVID death. You could have had a heart attack, COVID death. You know what I mean? You could have had a stroke, COVID death. Could have died from an asthma attack, COVID death. They were just marking. They was cooking the numbers on. They was cooking numbers the entire time. And fucking with people's will.
Person. This guy is drunk with power. He's created this. He helped create this virus. Gain of function was his thing for 20 years. He's been funding research for it. This virus gets loose from a lab, but this is very very consistent with the rest of the story. Multiple times, Anthony Fauci tells his diary one thing, but the American public the other.
So that's just it. We don't expect everyone to understand in the real time about the pandemic. There were so many questions, where it came from, the origins of it. What do you do? How do you handle it? Remember ventilators? Turns out ventilators, everyone was well-meaning, but ventilators were killing people because they were exponentially making the disease worse. So they were killing people.
Just tell
no
the
one tried
truth.
to. Yeah.
That's all you have to do. And people can handle the complexity of it.
Say, I don't know.
Right. But tell the truth.
That's the problem. There were a lot of well-meaning people.
Yeah.
But when you say one thing in January and you're telling the public something else in February, that's a lie.
While denying that you said that in January.
Correct.
Yeah, and that's why people don't believe anything that the quote unquote experts got to say about anything. You're not an expert. The ventilators was killing people. I can explain how the ventilators was killing people. What was that on? Fear is one of the most strongest motivators. Absolutely. They were fear mongering, right? I remember the old governor of New York was offering free Shake Shack fries if you took the vaccine. What? You want me to take a shot for some fries? What? And to no surprise, a lot of people took the fries. They got the shot for the fries. You feel me? And oh yeah, back to what I was saying. I can explain how the vaccine, let me remove this. I can explain how the vaccine was killing people too. What happens is when you're on a ventilator, right? Right? The oxygen crystallizes. Hold on, somebody ringing my bell. Hold on, y'all. Wasn't even nobody for me at the door. I hate that. Yeah, the ventilators basically crystallize the oxygen in your lungs, making it more difficult for you to breathe. And that's how people were dying on the ventilators, right? They suggested the ventilators to help people breathe, but taking pure oxygen for 24, 48 hours, 72 hours for 2 weeks at a time, your lungs are not going to be able to work properly. And that's how people was dying. So yes, they were killing people with these ventilators. And that's what was happening. That's what was happening. What they say? You shouldn't be on the ventilator for more than 72 hours. Exactly. They had people on the ventilators for a week at a time, take them off for 72 hours and put them back on the ventilator. Your lungs ain't going to work after that. We're not fish. We don't have gills. We don't need that much pure oxygen. That's just not how the human bodies work. And it's a shame that I'm not even a medical MD. And I know that because of simple science that I remembered from high school. Right? The science didn't change. Bro created this virus. If you ever read the back of your Lysol can, pre-COVID, the COVID virus exists, but only amongst animals. It wasn't transferable to humans, and it damn sure wasn't airborne. This Dr. Fauci mutated the virus and made it harmful to humans. For what? For a couple of $1 million, a few million. That's why you can't put past, you can't, well let me find the words right. You can't underestimate what people are going to be willing to do for a couple dollars, because you just never know. You just never know what someone's willing to do for a couple of dollars. Had the whole country on lockdown except the South. The South was like, bump that, we opening up. They got space, they got 6 feet. Oh man, make sure y'all liking the video. Thanks for everybody that's being here. Let me give y'all a round of applause. I appreciate the support. Cash App scrolling at the top. Buy me a Red Bull if you feel like it. I wanted to cover Mayor Mondani. He dropped a new commercial because he's going at it with Amazon. Let's see what he was talking about with that. Let's see what he was talking about with that. This guy, if the gift of gab was a person, it's Mayor Mondani. I could see how he was able to get people to vote for him, because the man knows how to speak, right? He speaks. His public speaking is on Obama level. He's just Muslim, more Muslim, right? This dude, I believe this dude could sell water to a well, and I believe he's going to serve an entire an entire 8-year term if he don't completely like destroy the New York economy, which he already did in his first year, right? But this guy, he can speak. Now he's at war with Amazon over some contracts. So let's watch this commercial together. This is an official commercial from the New York's mayor office that dropped on social media and playing on TV.
Special delivery.
If it looks like an Amazon delivery,
and it drives like an Amazon delivery,
then it's an Amazon delivery.
Amazon is spending millions of dollars to convince you that this isn't an Amazon delivery. But all you have to do is see for yourself.
My uniform says Amazon.
If I don't wear this Amazon branded vest, disciplinary action will be taken against us. The workers' routes and hours are set by Amazon.
so why isn't Amazon responsible for these vans?
Because Amazon and other corporations have built a vast network of subcontractors
That shield them from responsibility. Amazon tells these subcontractors where to drive.
Who to hire and what hours to work.
I do all the work that makes Amazon all the money.
This is why I'm proud to support the Delivery Protection Act, sponsored by Councilmember Tiffany Kalani. Because if Amazon is delivering your packages, they should follow the same rules of every other delivery.
when injuries and worker accidents skyrocket.
Amazon says they have nothing to do with it.
They can't have it both ways.
By shielding themselves behind these so-called independent operators, this trillion-dollar company is able to avoid regulations on our city streets. And that's why we want to pass the Delivery Protection Act.
And there you go. It's a catchy commercial, right? Throwing the boxes and closing the doors. Everybody got their lines. This right here, this issue is good and bad, right? It's good because maybe the subcontractors for Amazon could probably unionize like they was trying to do in the warehouses, right? It's bad because you would have to pay higher prices, right? Your delivery, that, like, remember Amazon Prime used to be 2-day delivery guaranteed. Now It's just how fast we get it to you as fast as possible. Sometimes it takes a week. Even with Amazon Prime, their highest tier, Amazon Prime Ultra, whatever they call it. I know I got it. So whatever it is, you know, and then sometimes they still will have it delivering today, and you'll be waiting. The truck, you'll see the truck on the map, and then boom, they'll just say there was an issue with the delivery attempt. And sometimes it's not even Amazon delivering it. It might be the post office, it might be FedEx, it might be UPS, or it'll be an Amazon driver in a branded truck, and then an Amazon Flex driver in a non-branded truck with their own vehicle. So the thing is, I don't think Amazon would leave New York City because, of course, it's New York City. It's a big market, right? You don't want to lose one of the biggest markets on the eastern coast of America for an American company. You don't want to lose your biggest market. So I think Amazon will work something out, but I think the delivery fees will go up, and probably the pay for the workers might remain the same, right? But they'll probably get more benefits. So I think that if a contract, if they're able to work out a deal, I believe the new contract benefits will be the supplemental pay for the workers and whatnot, right? Because you can't be driving around New York City, parking your van, double parked on the street. One, we got crime is up, right? We can't ride around with pistols up here. This is New York. This is a penal law state. It's very difficult to get a concealed carry. And two, these drivers don't want to be liable for the stolen goods that's in the truck, right? Amazon, it looks good. Amazon basically is trying the Uber format for their delivery drivers, right? Because, you know, if you ever drove Lyft, I drove Lyft, Uber, I drove for both of them. Like, you're putting the wear and tear on your vehicle, you're insuring the vehicle, and you're responsible for an accident as far as the insurance goes, especially in the black cars. Now, you can't just have a nice black luxury car. You got to have the black luxury car and a limousine insurance plus plates in New York City to do it. So I think Amazon is going to figure out something to make everything whole with the workers and whatnot. Right now, I'm about to engage with the chat. Let me see what's going on. Uncle Rick says that's why they're called Subtron, because the fuck they're destroying. Funded, yeah, the most competitive city in America. Can't make this up. Nah, you can't. I mean, but hey, believe it or not, New York has changed, New York has changed. People want more. People want to work more and work less and get paid more. And I don't blame them, because here, this apartment that I'm in, this little mini condo that I'm in, yo, bro, it's 25-36 a month, right? That means I gotta clear 104,000 just to rent this apartment. For me to get this apartment legally, I gotta have on paper that I make 104,000 a year. That's 6 figures, right? But it's tight. It's tight. I can't miss a day. I can't miss a day. It's kind of like Georgia, no lie. You miss a day or two, you're going to fall behind because everything's on auto pay. Them checks got to go, right? So what are we going to do, right? We're going to continue to work and be stressed out and make mistakes, or you want to put these guidelines in so where the company is responsible so they won't work you to death. I even worked in the Amazon warehouse, and let me tell you, them 12.5-hour shifts, from the time you clock in, you working. Ain't no, yo, you're going to get your 15-minute, your half hour, and then another 15-minute. The 2 15 minutes is on the clock. The half hour's off the clock. But let me tell you that those 12 hours, you working 11 and 45 minutes of those 12 hours you're supposed to be working, bro. Sometimes you don't even get that last, especially during peak season, you don't even get that last break. So people, it's a double-edged sword. This is an issue. You either gonna pay the people more or take on more responsibility for the accidents that can happen with people's packages. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. Yeah, basically, but Amazon went on. Amazon, not Amazon per se, but Jeff Bezos went on record saying we shouldn't be taxing people who make under 70,000 a year, and we could find, because the everyday person like you and me, we only pay about 3% of the taxes. The rich people really do pay the taxes. Jeff Bezos did go on record saying we could find the 3% so that the everyday person don't have to pay taxes under 70,000. And I respect him for that. You feel me? But yeah, it's basically he won another check. I mean, the dude Mandani just spent $30 million on a government, what do you call it? Mandani Mart. He spent $30 million on a supermarket up in Harlem that's only going to be 30% less than all the competitors around, and you got a limit. So it's a small little taste of the communism, even though you're still paying, just a little small taste to see how it works, right? They're going to wait for the people to line up, and they're going to say, oh, it's a hit, it's a success, but slowly kill the economy, right? We already know grocery store margins are razor thin, right? That's why they go so hard on theft, right? Grocery store margins is what? 3 to 8%, maybe. Somebody check me on the numbers with that, but 3 to 8%, that's not a lot. That's his personal belief. That ain't business. That's facts. That's facts. And we already know what Amazon did. Shit, pre-pandemic, Amazon stock did a split and went right back up to the same price. You know what I'm saying? They figured something out, but yeah, Amazon done shifted their business model, right? It's not a delivery company. It's not an online commerce company. It's a logistics company and a web service company. A lot of people don't know that. Amazon is a web service company. It's not a store. It's a web service company, right? You could buy bootleg. You could buy bootleg. Like this the number one product they bootlegging on Amazon right now. This is an SD card. Go look up the price of this SD card. Price of this SD card. What is this? A 2 terabyte scan disk. It's $2,700, $2,500 on sale. People bootlegging them. It'll say 2 gigs. It'll read as 2 gigs, but it won't have 2 gigs. It's crazy. It's crazy. We be paying for the stuff, don't even be knowing what we be getting, kind of pricing us out. I don't know. I hope this AI bubble bursts quick, right? Because I just heard Texas, it was a data center who just asked for 40 gigawatts of power. Texas had to cut them off from the power grid. 40 gigawatts. They wanted 40 gigawatts. They said that's 40% of the American power source. You're gonna have to make your own power. How they gonna make power that fast? They gonna have to go nuclear. Because they damn sure ain't gonna get it from no coal plant or no oil refinery. Damn sure ain't gonna get it from no wind turbines. They don't make enough power. The solar field will have to be just as big as the new Tesla building that they build out there. I think it's called Telesta, something like that. It's crazy out here. They sucking us dry, but that's capitalism, right? All right, y'all.
YouTube announced the biggest monetization updates.
I'm gonna shift into this YouTube monetization. This guy, it was about an 8-minute video. I want to watch it in its entirety, but I think I'll pause it in a few parts to explain. You know, YouTube is making it harder for content creators to get fully monetized with AdSense, and make the YouTube partnership program, YPP. There you go. And I thought he explained it real well. He explained it from a D student perspective, so I think anybody could get what's going on. But basically, instead of 4,000 watch hours, it's 8,000 watch hours. So if you're looking to get monetized right now on YouTube by the old standard, now is the time to do it, because Come February, it's going to be double the work, right? It's not going to be 10 million short views every 90 days. It's going to be 20. Everything is basically about to double up. This guy basically breaks down the whole thing in about 8 minutes. So we're going to watch this. You got any questions, ask in the chat, and I'll try to mansplain it to the best of my abilities. Here we go. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. I already know y'all subscribe because y'all in the chat, but share the video, share it with a friend, share it with at least 2 people, maybe 3. Get them in here and let's, we could talk about what's going on.
YouTube announced the biggest monetization updates in almost a decade yesterday. So today, we'll explore those changes in more detail and what it means for creators both working towards monetization and those already in the YouTube Partner Program. We'll start with the requirements because that's what the majority of you care about. What do I need to get to start earning money? So first of all, this is what hasn't changed. The lowest rung of the YouTube Partner Program remains 500 subscribers and then 3,000 watch hours over a 12-month period, or 3 million shorts views over a 90-day period. That's what gives you access to what YouTube call fan funding opportunities, those being channel memberships, super chats, essentially monetizing your audience. But this tier does not include monetizing your content through ad revenue. And that's where the biggest change is. So to start making money from ads on your videos and premium revenue, which I'll cover a little later, you will need 1,000 subscribers with no time limit on how long to get them. That requirement hasn't changed. But now you will need 8,000 public watch hours over a 12-month period, or 20 million YouTube Shorts views over a 3-month period. By comparison, the current requirements are 1,000 subscribers and then 4,000 watch hours over 12 months, or 10 million shorts views over 3 months. So basically, aside from subscribers, the requirements have doubled. And this is what YouTube had to say about that.
While YouTube has grown to billions of monthly viewers, the YPP entry thresholds have remained mostly unchanged.
Both of those statements are true. YouTube is a video streaming monster, and these previous YPP requirements were introduced all the way back in 2018. So these changes were probably long overdue. As to the direct
sidebar, YouTube will always, well, I think YouTube will always and forever be the king of video content. It's like one of the first, if not the first video platform. YouTube is still the big dog. YouTube is kicking Twitch ass. Kick, Rumble, what else they got out there? Twitch, I think I said Twitch already. But YouTube is the Rolls Royce of content. Right. So I do believe that. So you want to get in, you better get in, you better hustle. You better get your 4,000 watch hours and your 1,000 subscribers. I'm on the way to 1,000 subscribers. How much I got right now? I think I got what, 266. I need 750 new subscribers before February. Hope I could get it. I hope I could get it. My watch hours, I'm gonna have my watch hours by next week. I'm gonna have my 4,000 by next week. Hope I could get it. But if you're trying to get it now. And I took like 2 months off. I don't even be streaming that much. It's not hard. You just got to be consistent, and have a fairly decent content.
These requirements have gone, and by how much is for you to share your opinion on in the comments below. And I highly encourage you to do that, because Renee Ritchie, the creator liaison at YouTube, is checking in on the community response to these updates. It is very important to note at this point that these changes to the requirements do not come into effect until the 1st of February 2027, which is a little under 6 months away. So let's say you hit 4,000 watch hours and all of the other requirements in December of 2026. You're good. If, on the other hand, you're at 3,900 hours on January 31st, 2027, then you might have a story to share about being one of the most unluckiest YouTubers on the planet. That does seem incredibly harsh, doesn't it? We'll see if YouTube have some sort of grace period or anything like that for creators close to the requirements, but nothing official from them as of now. Now, to put these numbers into a more digestible context, if you're gunning for 8,000 watch hours, that averages out at 22 hours of watch time a day, or 1,320 minutes a day, or 264 views on a
Let's break that down, right? Let's break down what he just said per day.
22 hours of
22 watch hours a day sounds difficult, right? Right? Let's say this was an hour show. All I would need is 22 people watching this video for the entire hour. Right? Don't sound too crazy, right? Now imagine having 100 people watching your video for an entire hour. That's 100 watch hours right there. Let's say you got a 2-hour, 3-hour show. That's 200 watch hours. So it's about the quality of the content and your popularity too, because I have 10,000.8 followers on Instagram. Imagine if I can convert my Instagram following to subscribers, I already be monetized. I would only need 10% of those people watching my show to maintain watch hours per year and to be making a decent amount of money every live stream of ad revenue if I was to break these videos down into long form videos, right? So far I've been streaming for 46 minutes. I know I can, what I did, 2 subjects, I could break those videos down into subjects for the people who need to search them, and boom, this live stream just got broken down into 3 pieces of content, 4 pieces of content, 3 pieces of content, actually 9 pieces of content, because then I could break the long form videos down into short form videos, right? It's possible. It sounds crazy, right? But it's possible. 22 hours a day, 1 hour show, 22 people watching your show. Got to be a good show. So it's about the quality of the content. And they don't want people, it's like they're trying to get the posers out, right? They want people to lock in and who's going to do it as a job, basically. Because let me tell you what it's about. It's about the goddamn money. What's the point of having your page monetized if no one, like, let's use Uncle Rick. Uncle Rick has some of the best lawn in the country, right? So guess what type of commercials is going to be on Uncle Rick's channel? Grass feed, lawn mowers, right? All you got to do is click that aggressive ads. Boom, boom, boom. Uncle Rick going to be clearing 10,000 a month easy. That's just off YouTube. Don't let him start making content just about his grass and lawn care. Uncle Rick going to take off. Tell him, Unc. Tell him, Unc. Look, see, makes sense to him. Look at Uncle Rick. But I don't know what I'm talking about, right, Unc? I don't know what I'm talking about. Right. If you popping, it's easy to do. Oh, yeah, that's right, Will. Uncle Rick grass is popping. I saw it on his other live. It's nice. He got his neighbors talking to him, stopping to talk to him about the grass. That's crazy. Yeah, it sounds crazy. Don't be and don't be. I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it.
watch time a day, or 1,320 minutes a day, or 264 views on a 10-minute video that gets an average view duration of 5 minutes per day. For YouTube Shorts, the numbers are somewhat bigger. To get those 20 million Shorts views in a 90-day period, you will need to average 222.
See, and these numbers are where it gets ridiculous. These numbers are for your TikTokers, right? It's easy to go viral on TikTok. It's easy to go viral on TikTok, right? Short form content. We appreciate you, Uncle Rick. Keep being great, man. Keep being great, bro. For real. Salute to you. Matter of fact, round of applause for Uncle Rick's grass. Stop playing. Uncle Rick got the green thumb in real life. Let me see. What you say, Nino? Nino! Yo, Nino is the coolest, smoothest talking cat on these YouTube streets. Nino, I appreciate you for being here, brother. I appreciate it, man. Nino is cool, man. Yeah, he washed the other day with the grass, right? Yeah, this 222,222 views per day on shorts is wild, because that's a 90-day period. 20 million views, 20 million. That means you gotta stay. That means you gotta be a talker. You gotta be on it every day. That's like you gotta post 10 shorts a day. Shorts is what? 1 minute to 1 to 3 minutes long form. Not long form, vertical form video. That's a little more difficult than the long form. Long form is gonna be crazy. I'm gonna chop this video up and see what it could do, right? He said about 5 minutes. I've been talking about it for like 3. Let's continue.
2,222 shorts views a day. I can't really break it down any more than that. Now then, let's say that you're already in the YouTube Partner Program, but after the 1st of February, 2027, you're no longer hitting these new requirements. Let's say you're averaging 5,000 hours of watch time. Do you get kicked out? No. And there's actually some good news here. YouTube are introducing new channel activity requirements, which will keep your channel monetized as long as you have at least 1,000 watch hours over the last 12 months, or 1 million shorts views over the last 90 days, or have published 2 long-form videos or 5 shorts over a 90-day period. And then, if you drop below these numbers, you have 90 days to get back above those numbers to keep your channel monetized. Now, to stress again,
see, with a breakdown like that, he basically want to keep you on, keep you active on the platform, posting, so that they can justify what they're going to be charging for ad dollars. Because you know what I want? I'm a YouTube Premium. I got YouTube Premium, right? I want YouTube to stream NFL games. I want to be able to type in the teams that's playing this week and watch that game live. It's all about the money. It's always going to be about the money. Ad dollars, ads. Y'all remember the Social Network movie? When Andrew Garfield kept saying, we want to sell ads, right? And Mark Zuckerberg in the movie was like, nah, we don't want it to be that. We want it to be a cool space. What happened? What ended up happening with Facebook? You scrolling on your feed, what you see? Ads. Ads is where the money's at, right? They build algorithms for ads, right? Now that I'm talking about grass, I might see grass ads on my feed later. But that's how it works. They want to keep you active, because if you're not active on YouTube posting, what's the point of keeping that monetized slot dedicated to you when it could go to somebody else who's hungry? You just got to stay active. Shout out to the people coming in. Make sure y'all liking and subscribing. Hi, Auntie. I see you, girl. I see you. Shout out to Red. Witching hours this weekend. Auntie, put the time of the witching hours in the chat, so I could put it up here so the people can find out. We're going to be talking about some things over there. Auntie got the knowledge. I'm going to start calling her the Oracle, the Red Oracle. See that? You like that? Yes. We're going to start. That's the Oracle right there from Louisiana, baby. I can't do it like you, but Louisiana, baby. Let's get back to it.
this is for monetized channels only, and it comes into effect on the 1st of February 2027. And this is actually a lot more generous than before. YouTube used to give you a 30-day window to fix these requirements. All right, on to some changes in how creators get.
Okay, hold on, pause. We're going to pay the bills right now. Hold on. So that's 12:15 Eastern. What's that, Friday? That's Friday or Saturday? You sure it's 12 p.m. and not 12 a.m.? Yeah, 12:15 a.m. on Friday. So that's Saturday morning. Friday night, Saturday morning. We got witching hours on Red Lipstick Vibes, the Oracle herself. right? Make sure y'all tune into that. She's going to be covering something this week that's you're going to find pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Here we go. Here we go. Saturday morning, right? I mean, Friday night, Saturday morning, 12:15 a.m. Eastern. Shiz, I see you, bro. I see you, bro. We had 100%. We had 100%. We had 100%. Man, you talking about that? You keep that inside joke got to go to rest, man, because
nobody give a fuck about what you talking about.
You heard? Let's get back to it, man.
Get paid starting with YouTube Shorts. Once your channel is monetized, in order to get paid for your shorts, you must maintain a baseline level of 10 million shorts views every 90 days. If you don't achieve that, you won't be removed from the YouTube Partner Program, but you won't earn any revenue either. Now, this may come as a bit of a surprise to creators who are mostly earning from long-form videos, but make a little bit extra income from shorts. And the vidIQ channel is a perfect example of that. In the last 90 days, the channel has 9.8 million shorts views, which is agonizingly short of the threshold. Or it would be if all of these were qualified views. They aren't. Only engaged views count, which means we're over 4 million views short of the threshold. The net result of that is that the channel will lose $1,080, which is around about $350 a month, when this new requirement comes into effect. This minimum earning threshold, by the way, only applies to YouTube Shorts. No matter how many watch hours you get from long-form videos, you will still earn revenue. If you meet the other minimum thresholds, of course. Man, this is getting complicated. Next up, we have YouTube Premium Lite that is being rolled out to all countries where Premium is available, and creators apparently can earn more from Premium than they can ad revenue. This screenshot apparently explains how it works. Okay, and when I look at the revenue sources in our YouTube analytics, I see that YouTube Premium only contributes 6% of the channel's total revenue, which is 13 times less than ad revenue. So I don't know. Someone explain that to me. There's going to be some new ways to earn revenue from.
I'll explain that. My YouTube Premium right now, I believe, is like either $13.99 or $14.99. Maybe let's just say $15. So out of that $15, they breaking down. They basically getting their cut. My bad. My camera reset every half hour. That YouTube is going to get their cut and then put it probably like 50% to the side and break that down amongst all the content creators that I watch. So that's why it's a small number at 16%. That's how that's going to work. They get their cut, so I won't have to watch ads, but then they're going to pay you, I don't know, I'm going to just throw a number out there, 0.00005 of a percent for every hour that I watch or something like that.
YouTube Shorts. These are bonuses for YouTube shopping, production credits for brand deals, and earning boosts for cultural trend activations. And yes, I have no idea what any of them are. I'm just reading the auto cue at this point. There's also going to be targeted ads to groups of 5 or fewer channels that can earn extra revenue on top of the standard Shorts earnings. So that seems to be nice. If YouTube explains in the future how to activate those ads. Now, I know we keep going on about the 1st of February, 2027 being the day that all of this kicks off, but if you're already in the YouTube Partner Program, there is another critical date, and that is the day before. The YouTube Partner Program policies are changing to support all of these updates, which means that if you are already monetized, you must agree to them by the 31st of January, 2027. If you don't, you may stop earning revenue from your YouTube endeavors. If you go to your settings in the YouTube studio and then click on agreements, you'll see a bundle of them. It is very likely over the next 6 months, you'll be notified.
I know who this is. This y'all shout out, y'all give a round of applause for my my good friend, my good Trinidadian friend. Ted, is that you, Ted? Put it in the chat. I think that's you. I remember that name. That's my nigga.
to read new ones and agree to them. So keep an eye out for those alerts. So if you have already started your YouTube journey, you have a couple of hundred subscribers, maybe 1,000 watch hours or 1 million shorts, the clock is now ticking. You have 174 days to give this everything you've got to get YouTube monetized on easy mode.
Don't sound like a lot of time, but that's really a lot of time. He just broke down the numbers, right? 22 watches for an hour stream a day. Right now, I got what, 14 people watching. I probably got 14 hours just now, right? Show's going to be a little longer than an hour because after this, we're going to have to go over to the Riz Academy, right? Kimmy, the Riz God, and check her channel out. But that's how that's going to break down, y'all. You know, you just got to stay consistent. You got to stay consistent. I'm not fully monetized yet. I'll be partially monetized by the end of the month, maybe the first week of next month, and then we just gonna keep going. So make sure you're sharing this video with your friends, man. Real talk. And that's what it is. It sounds crazy, but trust me, one thing I love to do is work numbers. It's not too difficult, especially if you have a passion for it, right? Especially if you have a passion for it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more stories I want to cover. I want to go into Tom Holland and the new electric gloves that they're going to spend $20 million on the ICE agents for the non-lethal, right? And I think it's an excellent response to the shootings that's been going on with the protesters. Mondani don't like it. He think it's cruel. Kathy Hochul, my New York City governor, don't like it. She also think it's cruel. But this is the response. What Biden did at the border, it has to have a response to it. Nobody has smoke when Obama did it. The deporter in chief, right? So this is Tom Holland's.
Also today,
this is going to be is Fox News perspective of Tom Holland's upgrade for the ICE agents who are federal agents. And let's see what our Fox anchors got to say. Let me do that. Here we go.
Also today, Mayor Mamdani, Governor Hochul, Attorney General Tish James joining forces, vowing to fight what they call.
Hold on. Nina, what you mean she not streaming tonight? She put out a post for it and all that. What you mean she not streaming tonight? I'm rushing through the show so I could catch her show. She's supposed to be streaming 17 minutes ago. What you mean she not streaming tonight? That's right, Shiz. I got the drops, bro. I got the drops, man. I've been struggle streaming for so long, man. I just started to feel like I don't want to do this anymore. Shit got hard out here, bro. I'm trying to get it right. What happened? What you say, Nino? What's that? You don't know? Oh no. Shout out to the Riz Academy, though. Y'all got to catch Kimmy. Kimmy in them streets. What? What you mean she in the streets? She need to be in the house. She need to be on stream. What's she in these streets for? She need to tune in and run the stream back and watch these YouTube monetization new rules. Somebody get her on the phone. Somebody give her a good Oracle. Get on the phone. Give her a good talking, man. This is wild. I'm promoting the show, and she not streaming tonight. What is this? This is wild. Oh, disrespectful.
ICE overreach across New York. Hochul announcing over $7 million in state funding for legal services for unaccompanied migrant children, while defending a new state law that will restrict local police departments from working with immigration enforcement. Wonder what Tom Homan thinks of this. Anyway, here he is. Our border czar, Tom Homan, is with us. Well, that's what they're pledging, Tom. I know people have tried to make these threats against you before. Hasn't exactly worked out in their favor, has it?
No, it hasn't. And what they did today was a blatant, disgusting lie. And I'm tired of it. Now, they want to spend millions of dollars of New York taxpayers' money on defending migrant children because they said we abandoned them. No, we didn't abandon them. We just changed contracts. We have a contract in place right now that defends the children at a better rate than was being done in the past. There hasn't been one child at a hearing that hasn't been represented by a lawyer under this new contract. So don't say we're abandoning these children. The only people that
Don't forget, y'all, Obama gave him a medal for his deportation acts when he was president. I don't know why they giving this man a hard time. Trump went and got the best person for the job, came out of retirement.
abandoning children are you. Because you say you care about the safety of the children, you care about the safety of the communities. Well, since I've been border czar, I wrote these numbers down. Since I've been border czar, New York State has denied 14,000 detainers, over 14,000 detainers. Who are they? 6,800 illegal aliens with assault convictions, 800 convictions for child crimes. Don't tell me you're trying to protect children. You're releasing predators to the street every day across that state. You got 770 convictions for rape or other sex crimes. I'm sick of the lying. I'm sick of the distortion of the facts. President Trump's done more to make New York City and New York State safer than they have. Where were they when 500,000 children were separated from their families, put in the hands of criminal cartels, and smuggled across the border? Some of those children died. They lost track of 300,000 of them. It was the Trump administration who has found 151,000 of these children that the Biden administration wasn't even looking for. Some of these children are victims of sex trafficking. Some were victims of forced labor. I don't want to hear you talk about us abandoning children. It's you. You've abandoned the taxpayers in New York. Your communities are less safe because of all these criminals you release into the street every day. Children are less safe. President Trump is saving thousands of lives every month because we got a secure border. Fentanyl's not coming across to kill Americans at the rate it was. Sex trafficking, women and children have drastically declined. 4,000 aliens died making that journey under Biden. How many have died since? Zero. President Trump saving thousands of lives. That includes thousands of lives in New York. You're welcome. You're welcome that ICE is taking thousands of criminals off your street.
Wasn't it Governor?
Damn, he said 4,000 children died at the border before Trump got in. 0 died at the borders when Trump got in. I mean, that shit, that deserves a round of applause itself. Hold on, let me get my clap. Let me get the. Gotta say them kids, man. We gotta say them kids. I'm a father, right? Gotta say them kids, man. Gotta say them kids. Batman, I see you. What's up, bro? I see you, man. There we go. Right? Hey, papi. 300K? 300K what? Oh, you talking about short streams? You probably behind on the stream. You gotta hit the live button. I know it ain't paying no, it shouldn't be showing no ads. I'm not monetized yet. But if you watching, put the join up for real. Oh man, saving 4,000, preventing 4,000 deaths, and stopping fentanyl from coming into the country. That ain't bad shit. We saw the video. You was blowing up the boats. they was sending missiles at the boats. That's crazy. And dropped the commercial about it. That's wild. Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Tim Walz, you had a guy convicted of raping and assaulting sexually a 10-year-old girl. Didn't he give this illegal immigrant a pardon? Is that the same state that Peggy Flanagan is in? Because Peggy Flanagan is running for the Senate. She won her race last night. Another DSA radical said during her victory speech last night, we need to rip ICE apart and stop them from terrorizing our communities. Is that a threat?
ICE, the ones that have arrested hundreds of thousands of criminal aliens and deporting them, making this country safer. ICE, the one that found 151,000 missing children. And we still got more to find. We won't stop. President Trump's committed to finding every one of them. But, you know, it's Madami and Hoko. I got two words for you, Lake and Riley. You talk to the Open Borders group. You talk to the groups who want to abolish ICE. Have you ever talked to an Angel mom and dad? I doubt it. Have you ever talked to Lake and Riley's parents? Because their child was buried. You know why? Because the murderer was arrested in New York City by NYPD. They didn't call ICE. They released him. Then he went to Georgia and violently killed this young lady. If you don't want to talk to your parents,
Now, this is my bad. I was muted. We need to be thankful that this guy Tom Holland is trying to get people who's coming into the country committing crimes out the country. Because I'm not glorifying this. I've been arrested before, and let me tell you something. They didn't care when they came and got me from my son, my oldest son, right? And they did not release me back in the street. I actually had to bail out cash. Right? You know what I'm saying? They got these guys behind bars, release them into the street, and then when they get into the street, they continue to do the most egregious of things. Not all of them, because some of them are coming here to get a better lifestyle than what they would have got in their own country. But like, we're talking about the worst of the worst here. And when they word it as terrorizing the community, ICE is terrorizing the community. No, these people are terrorizing the community. Carjacking is up. SA in the most violence of ways is up. Murder is up. Right? City resources is dwindling because we're helping these people and we're struggling ourselves. Make that make sense. That's why every major Democratic city is broke right now. They done depleted the funds. That's why they're raising taxes right now. Let the man do his job. Come into the country the white way, the way they used to do back in the 80s and 90s. You feel me? It's people that come here and work their butt off to get that green card, that don't miss court appointments and do it the right way. We're not mad at them. I'm from Brooklyn. Brooklyn got a heavy Caribbean community going on over there in Flatbush. Shout out to Flatbush. Round of applause for Flatbush, Brooklyn. Right? Another round of applause for Mill Basin. Crown Heights, Bed-Stuy. We love immigrants. Tell you the truth. We just don't want the worst of the worst. And Venezuela released all their criminals onto America. Those are the ones we want out, the criminals. Right? I'm a little older now. I'm not running the streets. Right? These guys are terrorizing. I remember I was taking my wife and my youngest to the doctor, and it was this kid, Spanish kid, young, definitely don't look like and dress like he from the country. And he walking up and down the train cart, and I'm looking at his waist. I'm like, yo, son, strapped. I turn to my wife. I'm like, yo, he's strapped. I should knock this nigga out, take his gun and kick him off the train. And she's like, nah, don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. I said, nah, because like this nigga looking to get somebody. He couldn't have been no more than 12, 15 years old, maybe even younger. But they out here and they in these streets.
Listen to the tape. Almost 19 minutes of this little girl fighting for every breath, fighting to live. She didn't want to die. Listen to that tape and tell me how you justify sanctuary cities that release criminals to the streets of New York every single day. You can't justify it. Governor Hochul can't say she cares about the safety of communities and lock us out of the jail. She just signed legislation locking us out of the jails. How do you square that, saying you want to enforce laws against criminal aliens, but we're locking ICE out of the jail? It's disgusting what they're doing.
It really is. And
I'm upset. I'm tired. I'm upset. I'm just tired of it.
By the way, the Justice Department now is suing New York.
I'm still muted. Damn, I'm still muted, y'all. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Damn, it's coming through. I'm muted. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. All right, good. All right. I thought I was still muted. My bad. Back to the show.
Connecticut and Vermont for giving in-state tuition to illegals. You're doing a great job, Tom Holman. Appreciate it. Setting the record straight for everybody. All right, thanks for watching. Check out my new podcast, Hanging Out with me, Sean.
It's funny. They used to clown YouTube. Now every newscaster got a podcast. Ain't that something? The times are changing. The times are changing. Oh man. I got this other story. Yeah, I got like 2 more stories after this one. I got this other story. Mayor Mondani wanted his wife to have an NYPD security detail. Oh, Harris, a Tribe Called Harris. Yo, follow the bro right there. You see that? Follow the bro if you're watching on long form, and he's right here if you're watching on short form. Great content. Him and his wife give a great perspective on things that's going on in the community, and it's real mature, real adult conversations. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my brother, A Tribe Called Harris. Round of applause for the content him and his wife is doing. Right? Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my brother. But anyway, back to Mayor Mondani, right? He wanted a security detail of NYPD officers for his wife to travel to the Middle East, and they basically told him, nah, bro, we don't do that. That's above our pay grade. That's what they told him. They told him it's above his pay grade. How you gonna hold niggas' pension and then ask them to secure your wife traveling into a war zone? That's a wild ask, right? Why don't you go with her with the warmth of collectivism like you gave in your speech when you won the mayor electoral race? Here we go.
Out of this, Caroline Leavitt is preparing to leave her post as White House press secretary, turning her focus to taking care of her young children. And speculation is swirling who could take her place as one of the president's key communicators just months before the midterms. Joining us now to react is senior writer for the Washington Examiner and Fox News contributor Jo Concha. Joe, I was wondering how she was going to do this because President Trump does not sleep. She's got 2 young kids. She's 28. She's going to be 29 soon. I mean, this.
Hold on, it's the wrong story. That's not what. Hold on. My bad, yo. Hold on. Wait. They saved it for the end? Ah, that's why I hate little clips.
Yeah, you're married to a police officer, so
Yeah.
I can feel your personal passion.
Weighing in on the woke one was crazy debate as
Daughter, your 2-year-old.
My bad. They gonna pivot into it. I fast forwarded so we could get to that part.
as well. She certainly earned the time off, at least for now, but she still will be an advisor to this communications team going forward, just not in the White House every day.
Well, I have to get to this because I couldn't believe what I was reading here. Mayor Zohran Mamdani, he's now weighing in on the woke one was crazy debate as questions over whether the progressive left has gone too far, saying he now doesn't believe the police should be defunded, which I think is the most idiotic comment any of these people could make. What do you think?
You're married to a police officer, so
Yeah.
I can feel your personal passion there, Ash. Look, it is beyond insulting what AOC and now Mamdani are attempting to do by simply pretending they didn't say and write the things that they've said in the past, and they've evolved on their positions in a few short years. They know what they've said in the past: defunding the police, reimagining prisons, spending trillions upon fighting climate change. Remember, it was AOC back in 2019 that said the world would cease to exist by 2031, which at last check is 5 years away. So I guess get that bucket list ready. And that whole Latinx thing, right, was crazy. So now I guess we're supposed to believe they believe completely different things. And I think it was Maya Angelou who once said that when someone tells you who they are, believe them the first time. And that should be applied here. But we need to have a media to hold them accountable, play back their clips and their words, and not just let them say, oops, we didn't mean it. Let's move on because we got elections to win.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I think they're pivoting because they realize that not a lot of Americans are down with this, what they say, quote unquote, democratic socialist movement, right? And they kind of like created their own party within the Democratic Party. They call themselves the Democratic Socialists of America. And they're aiming for the White House, right? There's rumors that Kamala Harris and AOC is planning to make a run for the White House in 2028. So they're trying to pivot their talking points so they can try to win, right? Yeah, me too. Beautiful lady, Ted. Beautiful lady. I just hate to hear her speak, right? Because she's a bartender, bro. And now she's a congresswoman, thanks to DEI and whatnot. She know how to get the people going, right? She just got off tour with Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, fight the fight, right? They raised hundreds of millions of dollars in that campaign as they talked about climate change, flying on a private jet, right? And they're starting to realize they can't get no further than where they are with the way they was talking, right? They kind of forgot that people come to America to get a piece of the American dream, even though that's have changed over the years. The American dream is not to be a millionaire. The American dream is to do what you love and to make a livable wage doing it, right? White House, picket fence, wife, kids, dog, car, simple things, right? And with all these taxes and all of these regulations, people are finding it difficult to own a house. The average home buyer now is about 40 when it used to be 25 to 30. Right? I did a show, I think in my last show, I did if you go to my last live stream of the Late Show with CEO, I had a chart up where it showed income, right? And how it raised and the cost of houses. That gap got so crazy since the 80s. That's the 80s. That's the year I was born. That was the crack era. That gap has gotten so crazy that owning a home is kind of ridiculous at this point. And then not only that, if you don't got the money, your house is basically made of cardboard or was built in the 70s or was built what they call, remember them McMansions? The vinyl sides with the brick front facade in the front, all the weird shaped rooms. Nice house, but the roofs are breaking. Those houses are 26 years old. It's time for a new roof. You buy a house, before you know it, you're gonna have to replace the roof. You can't afford that. You barely afford to make the down payment for the house. So the American dream seems like the quote unquote American dream that everybody had in their head of owning a home, having a wife, picket fence, kid or two, and a car is fleeing. Repos is up. Foreclosures is up, right? We done went through the war on terror, my generation, right? Done went through the war on terror. The Y2K, no, let me do it in order. The Y2K scare, the war on terror, right? The 2008 financial crisis, COVID, the war in Ukraine, right? Now we don't know, we're on the brink of World War III because some Jews and Trump decided to bomb Iran, but Iran was wilding, right? And now gas prices is up, right? That's right. USA, that's right. You know, you come here to get a piece of the American pie, no pun intended. You come here because the freedoms that Americans have. Oh shit, we got our overlord himself in the chat. Shout out to Team Fatty. Team Fatty told me, CEO, when you gonna become a content creator? So guess what, Fatty? I became a content creator. Thank you for that. And I got drops. Thanks for being here. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I need subscribers. I think I got, by tomorrow, I'll have 2,500 verified streams, 2,500 plus, whatever that may be. And I'm at what, like 265. I got to get to 1,000 so they won't beat me over the head come February. But I'll get there. I'll get there. Thank you for the motivation. Team Fatty's in the building, y'all. I need a Team Fatty drop. I need one of them ones like Nino got and shit. Yeah, man. Let's get back to it.
He was saying this on his campaign trail. I kept thinking, buddy, do you not know that if you win, you have a police detail, a security detail all the time? So that would be the last thing you'd want to do. Joe, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Oh, that was the end of that one. I guess I talked too much. But yeah, man, people come here to get a piece of the American dream. America is the greatest place on earth. Greatest place on earth. And a lot of people don't know. A lot of people like to see LA, Miami. But let me tell you, Utah is beautiful. Montana is beautiful. Sunrises in Las Vegas, beautiful. You see that sun hit the mountains and you see the rainbow on the mountains go down. The sky look like it's on fire in a good way, right? It's beautiful. People come here for a piece of that. I don't know. Socialism is not going to work here like that. Yes, we have socialist policies like the police, the ambulance, and the fire department. That's the only thing our tax dollars should go. We shouldn't be sending billions to what's the country? I forget the country. Israel. Right? We shouldn't be sending monasteries to goddamn Africa talking about gay rights and whatnot. I don't understand that. Like I don't understand why they blowing our tax money like that. It's just a strange thing that they be doing. But yo, listen.
General Jack Keane is.
Iran is bugging again. Iran is tripping again. They think they have negotiating powers when it comes to the Strait of Hormuz, when we have the greatest navy in the world patrolling the Strait of Hormuz. I don't know how they think they have any leverage over America when it comes to the Strait of Hormuz. The best they could do is attack our bases and what they call them places, embassies in other countries, right? But once again, Iran is tripping. They got their hand on the button, and Apparently, some missiles was fired. So let's see what Fox News is talking about. What's going on? Because I don't know what's going on. I'm not over there. Let me see what they're talking about.
General Jack Keane is warning Iran may ramp up its aggression as the Islamic Republic now claims the Strait of Hormuz is blocked, despite the president insisting the U.S. has control over the waterway.
Yeah, waterway traffic still down. Chief foreign correspondent Trey Yingst joins us from Tel Aviv with the details. Hey, Trey.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. With no diplomatic breakthroughs, tension remains high across the Middle East as questions loom about the future of the region and whether or not a deal can be reached on this critical waterway. The Persian Gulf Strait Authority, an Iranian government agency, said Wednesday claims and repeated posts by U.S. officials that the Strait of Hormuz is no longer blocked do not change the reality. The Strait of Hormuz remains blocked and will not be reopened until Iran's conditions are accepted. Now, Iran's foreign minister also says the U.S. has long miscalculated due to intelligence failures. Case in point, the war on Iran, now an even bigger miscalculation on the Strait of Hormuz.
I think Iran is playing the media game, right? I think Iran sees that America is so divided politically as a country that they can play the media game. Iran is playing smart right now, right? They're playing the media game when they have no leverage in this war. Right. They have no leverage. They have nothing to threaten America with for real. Right. We already took their nuclear weapons. Apparently, I guess last I checked, we took their bases and sealed their caves and whatnot. So I don't know what they're negotiating with. And I don't think they should call this president's bluff, because Trump has no problem pushing the button.
Came after President Trump posted yesterday on Truth Social, saying in part the USA has total control over the Strait of Hormuz. Our naval blockade is being called by everyone a wall of steel, and there is nothing Iran can do about it. Still, less than 10% of the average number of pre-war vessels are passing through the strait, as some analysts warn of possible escalation before a solution is found.
You see the midterms coming. My gut feel is that they're likely going to get more aggressive, because they don't believe the president will do much prior to the midterms in terms of military reaction.
I mean, he's already said he's low-keying it. He said that in an interview.
But here's the fact is, they have miscalculated with him time and time again. We have more capability in the region now than we had on February 28th, and it all is ready.
The focus on Iran comes as we're also tracking developments between Israel and Lebanon. Talks are set to resume in September in Rome, aimed at normalizing between
capability in the region. They have miscalculated with him time and time again. We have more capability in the region now than we had on February 28th.
That must have been I knew I rewinded it back because that was a quiet threat. He said he got more capabilities now than they had on February 8th. Thanks for telling me I'm mute, Ted. He said we got more capabilities now than we had on February 28th. That's a quiet threat. look at his shoulder. Look at his shoulder right here. You see that patch? We got the American flag and the Israeli flag. So we're gonna guess this guy is a Jew or Israeli. I don't know. I don't know his position that he has in the American government. But he's basically threatening them. And they're trying to use it, like I said, they're trying to use the political game because the midterms is coming up, not knowing that this man is a little bit unhinged in a way that I like it. I like a little hothead in the president's seat. Shit is entertaining to me. Juice, be careful. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I ain't say nothing anti-Semitic. You know what I'm saying? I just noticed that the guy with the quiet threat got that flag on his chest, speaking for America. He probably got dual citizenship, maybe. Probably got some money, lots of money, small hats. You want me to say that? Nah, man. They got to know what's up. They got to know what's up. Nobody hates the Jew. I'm written from a Jew right now. Nobody hates the Jews over here. I'm written from a Jew right now. You feel me? It's just, this war is just crazy, and we can't just trust what Israel is saying, because we know Netanyahu got Israel and the greater Israel as the master plan, right? I done seen some wild speeches that they're saying, like, we must go over there and fight for them because they're the chosen people. I mean, I don't know what's going on. Oh, look at the numbers dropping. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They got me. They took me out. But that was a quiet threat, man. That didn't go over my head.
And it all is ready.
The focus on Iran comes as we're also tracking developments between Israel and Lebanon. Talks are set to resume in September in Rome, aimed at normalizing ties between the two countries and disarming Hezbollah. Still, details have to be worked out about proposed security zones.
Under no circumstances do we retreat, not in Lebanon, not in Syria, not in Gaza, from the security zones. The lesson of October 7th is that we protect the residents by having the IDF present in these places and defending them.
Israel is still launching extremely limited strikes in southern Lebanon as well as Gaza, taking out a Hamas commander there yesterday. Guys?
That's tough.
The whole thing about this, I'm still not sure what Lebanon did. Did anybody know? Anybody know what Lebanon did to Israel? What did Lebanon do? Why they bombing them? What happened with that? I thought there was a ceasefire over there, at least between Lebanon. Like, what happened with that? It's a messy situation. I don't know what's happening over there. That's what I'm saying. Like, Netanyahu got his own ulterior motives, man. Yeah, Iran shouldn't have a nuclear weapon. We all know that. But what the hell did Lebanon, I can't even say the goddamn country name, Lebanon do to piss off the Israelis so much that they still doing strikes over there? What are they bombing? What are you bombing? What the hell is going on over there? I don't know. Geopolitics is so confusing because you don't know what's the truth. If you don't got boots on the ground as far as your own independent journalism going on, you don't know what's going on. You're only going to know what they're telling us, and we're going to pay for it. That's one thing for sure. We're flipping that bill. That's for sure. Trump was going through $2 billion a day, a month or a day, bombing them. Boom. Shit. Let me throw 50 mil over here, man. Let me get 50 mil. I'll be quiet. I'll wear the hat for 50 mil. I ain't wearing no dress, but for 50 mil, I'll wear the hat and go to Temple. Yo, I want to pivot to some local news. Right, this is my last story of the night. Want to pivot to some local news. It was what we got here. What we got? Let me pull it up. What we got here? What's this one? I want to make sure I got the right one. A Bronx shooting. Suspect kills 12-year-old outside of bodega. Wild. They shooting the kids. Crazy.
We are continuing to follow some breaking news out of New York City as NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch has just shared this update stating that detectives have made an arrest in the murder of a 12-year-old boy, as well as the shooting of 2 others in the Mount Eden neighborhood of the Bronx. All of this taking place near a bodega there. For more on this, I do want to bring in Fox 5 New York's Lisa Evers, who has been following the very latest developments. And Lisa, you know, we were just getting this news from Commissioner Tisch. What can you share with us in regards to this arrest?
Well, this was a very fast arrest, even by NYPD detective standards. They're very quick in making arrests in a lot of the cases, fortunately, of crime here in New York City. But this all, let's just take a look at how this happened. This was about 5 o'clock, just before 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon, Saturday afternoon in New York City. This 12-year-old boy, the victim, Jacob Frades, is on his bicycle in his neighborhood, going to the bodega to get something. And on the way in, he goes and gets what he's getting. He comes out. He sees a fight taking place between 2 groups of grown men. We see the suspect himself is 45 years old. And he watches it for a moment or two, and then the bullets start flying. He catches a bullet hits him, a stray bullet. He was an innocent bystander, according to what police are telling me. And he runs back into the bodega. And unfortunately, he did not survive that injury. And it just is such a tragic thing to so many people here, because once again, we're seeing a gun victim, a gun violence victim who is a child. And he's doing something that a lot of kids, you know, hundreds and actually thousands of kids in New York City and around the country would be doing on a Saturday in the summer when they're not in school, and on the weekend, going to the store to get something, going to the neighborhood store to get something. And then this unfortunate.
My question is, what is a 45-year-old doing stalking out a bodega, letting off shots and hitting a 12-year-old? What's up? What's going on with him? Bro, you failed at life, man. 45 and you ended up hitting a 12-year-old with a straight fatally shooting a 12-year-old. What's going on? 45. That mean he was born 1981, 1982, 83 at the most. What's going on?
Violence in broad daylight opens up, and this time around it's not teenage it's not teens firing, it's grown men. The suspect, according to the police commissioner, Mr. Ferrer, is 45 years old. You just read those. That's basically what you would call throwing the book at this individual. And I looked at the video, which we're not showing due to some of the graphic nature of it and disturbing nature, and also because this video was released we're not sure it had the approval of his family. We don't want to add to their pain at this particular time. But Jacob is there. He's on his bike. He got whatever he was going in there to buy, and some people are saying it was a ball so that he could play ball, and which a lot of bodegas sell balls like that, and that he is. You know, that he was standing there for just a moment or two. These 2 groups of grown men start going at it with each other. There's a fight, and basically everything on the street, that particular block in the Mount Eden section of the Bronx, of the South Bronx, it's at a standstill, and people are watching. And then moments later, the guns come out, and he ends up being shot. So.
Damn, the young man had nothing to do with it. Y'all, I lied too. I found my other stories. They was buried in that playlist. I keep the show playlist. I had some other stuff I was supposed to do some weeks ago when I got sick. I kept those stories, but I got some more after this. Yeah, it's unfortunate that like we can't even go to the store. We can't even send our children to the store to go get a juice or something. They can't ride their bike to the store, right? And it wasn't teenagers. Look at this. Look at this man in a white t-shirt. Let me make it bigger. Hold on. Pause. Look at this man in a white t-shirt right here shooting. Y'all see my mouse? That's sad, man. That's sad. We losing, like, come on, man. Come on. Y'all supposed to go to the park and handle some shit. Throw blows, bro. Don't shoot shots. You're gonna shoot shots. Hit who you shooting at, man. Don't, come on, kids. Kids, really? It's disgusting, bro. Old niggas with guns who can't shoot fucking shit up. Just fucking shit up. Here we go. Here go my stories. Here go my stories. All right. I got this other video about an illegal migrant. So someone was arrested for DV, released. Burglary could be tricky, right? Burglary don't mean you went into someone's home or property to steal. Burglary is like a higher trespassing charge. He got arrested for that, released. He got arrested for violating home, I guess it was house arrest, and he was re-released. And he was released and he ended up killing someone. And the judge just let him go. So we're going to cover that story. Fox News again. Here we go. Cut the check.
Yeah, it's happened again. An illegal immigrant charged with murder just one day after being released from a California jail. DHS now calling on Governor Gavin Newsom to hand the suspect over to them. Our senior national correspondent William DaJeaniusCEO with the latest from Los Angeles. Hi, William.
Well, John, judges actually released this.
We would think the reason the governor won't hand him over to ICE. Y'all tell me in the chat, what do you think the reason is that Governor Newsom won't hand this person over to ICE so they can give him his due process and get him out the country? I'm gonna let the video play and I'm gonna be right back.
Twice, and now you have a murder. Neighbors say didn't have to happen. Had the suspect been detained or deported, since California, as a sanctuary state, stops police from calling ICE. Now, warning, what you're about to see, the stabbing is graphic. Last week, 68-year-old Todd Stewart was working in the garage when he tries to stop a burglary in progress. Police say he is stabbed by a criminal alien from Venezuela.
There was some yelling going on from what I understand from the neighbors. And then apparently it looks like he chased the man out of the garage, and then he was stabbed in front of Ryan's house.
According to records, police arrested 36-year-old Marcos Arate Valdez for 2 prior burglaries in April, but a judge gave him home detention. August 4th, he violates that and is rearrested. This time, a judge releases him OR, which means you're free to go until your next court date. The next day, he...
Yeah, why not hold this man in jail? Would it be a good reason not to hold this man in jail? Seems like every time he get out, he doing something stupid. Now he took a life. Why you not holding him in jail? I thought it was 3 strikes and you out. Someone give me a good reason on why they won't hold this man in jail out there in California. Nobody got nothing to say? That's wild. I got to do better, chat.
He allegedly stabs Stewart to death. Now he is in jail, no bail. This afternoon, arraignment at 1:30.
I'm glad they arrested him. It won't bring Todd back. I don't understand why he was on the street.
Well, one reason is, as a sanctuary state, police can't call ICE or issue or they don't honor a detainer to protect against soft on crime judges. DHS is now putting California on notice, saying this Venezuelan illegal immigrant alien stabbed a father to death in Sanctuary, California. Governor Gavin Newsom must not release this murderer from jail or turn him over to us so we can remove him from our nation. As you know, John, how was he caught? A license plate reader, which many progressive cities are pulling out because immigrant advocates oppose them. Neighbors say Stewart lived there for 4 decades, leaves a wife and 2 daughters.
Shit, they got license plate readers on the highways of goddamn Georgia. They find you quick and in a hurry if you driving that vehicle on the road and they looking for you. There's no good reason why this man should be on the streets. That's wild, bro. violating court orders. You release, you get home detention, you violate the home detention, and then 24 hours later, you stab a man because you was robbing his garage. Turn him over. Problem solved. Not problem solved because a family lost a loved one, but turn him over. What's that about? You can't hate the president that much, bro. You just can't. The idea of sanctuary cities within America is disgusting. Because we got like 50 different mini nations in America, bro. We supposed to be the United States of America. But these sanctuary cities turn it into something totally different. Something unsafe. And it makes no sense, bro. What you saying, Cases and Cam? They won't release him because of Trump. What the hell Trump got to do with him stabbing the man because he was robbing his garage? That makes no sense. Make it make sense. You know what was disgusting? When Trump was giving his speech and he said, stand up if you think as a member of the U.S. government, your first order and priority should be protecting the American people and no one stand up. That should be alarming. That in itself should have nobody vote for them ever again. Everyone that was in that chamber should not receive another vote. Their endorsement shouldn't mean nothing because right then and there, they had an opportunity to show unity, and yet they remain seated. That's the problem in our country. And we paid them. When you go to work and that Fed tax come out your check, it goes to them. That's the problem. There's no good reason this man should be on the street. None at all.
Yeah, we've heard about the controversy regarding flock cameras, but in this case, they helped bring him to justice. William Lajeunesse for us. William, thank you. Jillian?
All right, thank you, John. Let's bring in former Acting ICE Director Jonathan Fahey to respond to this terrible, deeply upsetting, very sad story.
It's so horrible. And when you see, the quote from his wife, doesn't understand why this happened. And it's like, sadly, I do understand why this happened because Gavin Newsom and a lot of the Democrats put illegal aliens ahead of public safety every single day. And that's why we've had so many of these. And what makes it even worse is the fact when you see something that could have been prevented multiple times, it wasn't just one time he was arrested. It's like he should have never been here. And then he's arrested. And instead of holding him, turning him over to ICE, they put him back on the streets because politics always trumps the ordinary citizens in California and everywhere else. It's very sad. It's horrible.
The thing is, these politicians are too drunk with power. They forget they work for us. They forget they work with us. Oh, here go that ICE video with the gloves. Yeah, remember I was saying ICE was arming themselves.
Immigration agents could soon have a new tool.
Remember I was saying ICE was getting those non-lethal shock gloves, like taser gloves, like actual gloves that tase people with a push of a button. They getting some Batman gloves going on to take people down with just a grab. Let's get into that. Let's cover that story because I put that was supposed to come after the first Tom Holland. I'm gonna do better, y'all. I'm gonna organize the videos better. I had all day to do it too. I just thought it was up there. I had all day. Let's get into that.
Immigration agents could soon have a new tool to protect themselves from violent attacks and also more safely subdue the suspects. The Department of Homeland Security plans to begin using non-lethal electric shock gloves. It says the gloves will let agents safely arrest and remove criminal illegal aliens from our country. Here's Border Czar Tom Homan.
It's just another tool in the tool belt of ICE officers who are under a 9,000% increase in death threats, an actual 1,400% increase in actual threats. So it's just another tool to help, you know, those who don't want to be compliant, those who attack law enforcement officers, to bring them into compliance.
He said 9,000 increase in death threats. 9,000 increase. It's bad business.
Without using deadly force.
Let's get more on the senior correspondent, Mike Tobin. Mike.
And you heard it there. The idea behind this device, Harris, is to gain compliance from someone resisting arrest. And as we saw during the surge in enforcement activity over the winter, and still see ICE agents encounter plenty of resistance. The glove, or generated low output voltage emitter, is designed to deliver a pain stimulus of up to 380 volts. The Kentucky company that makes it, Compliant Technologies, says it can help an officer gain compliance in 30 seconds, or just in a matter of seconds, I should say. Industry experts say this gives agents an option before an escalation to lethal force.
This gives the officers a real low-level option that maybe didn't exist before. And because it's non-invasive and it's not going to cause permanent injury, I think it's a good tool that they can use.
Now, DHS is proposing spending $10 to $20 million on the gloves with the goal of equipping agents by next March. An agency spokesperson tells Fox ICE is constantly assessing the needs of our officers in the field to ensure they have the...
I think that's 10 to 20 million well spent. It wasn't spent on munitions or missiles. It was spent on basically taser gloves. ICE agents are Batman now. They got electrical gauntlets. What a time to be alive, man. What a time to be. I remember seeing a YouTube video probably in like 2009 where some guy invented some gloves like that. Hopefully he's part of this company in Kentucky. He got a $10 million government contract now. So congratulations to you. Let me give him a round of applause for that. Shout out to him. Hopefully they roll out quickly. Let's finish this segment.
Tools and equipment necessary to safely arrest and remove criminal illegal aliens from our country. The ACLU has a different opinion, stating to Fox News giving immigration agents a concealed means of delivering terrible pain is a recipe for more harm to the public and less accountability. Several Democrats, including New York Attorney General Letitia James, are already warning about potential misuse of the device.
Of course, we are outraged. And in the event that a New Yorker is injured as a result of these gloves, obviously there will be a private right of action as well as action from the state of New York. You can best be assured of that.
Anyone using the gloves must be trained on them and recertified every 2 years. Harris?
All right. We appreciate the facts on that, as always, from you, Mike Tobin. Great reporting. Well, the WNBA had to create a task force to define what a woman is.
That's crazy. That's a crazy way to segue a segment. Ladies, they don't know what a woman is. WNBA got a task force to tell you what you are. They got a task force to tell you what you are. All right. Task force. What is a woman? I would like to be a fly in the room to hear the conversations what's going on in that task force. Oh man. I'm gonna follow that story on the next show. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, share the video with 3, 4, maybe 5 friends. Trying to get monetized before the January 25th is my goal, hopefully. But I want to pivot to Mark Zuckerberg and his response to the fear of artificial intelligence. Mark Zuckerberg responds to the fear of artificial intelligence. Here we go.
A warning tonight from Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg about artificial intelligence. He says companies and governments could have too much control, but he says many other common fears are misplaced. Ashley Webster of Fox Business has details tonight. Good evening, Ashley.
Hey, good evening, Brett. Mark Zuckerberg is giving a full-throated defense of artificial intelligence, claiming the most common fears are overblown and ignore all the positives it can achieve. The Meta CEO says the biggest risk is having one company or government that has too much power over the technology. Zuckerberg also announced Meta is launching a $1 billion called the Future is for Everyone Fund to support communities where the tech company owns and operates data centers.
To invest in the community's teachers, first responders, energy and water infrastructure, and more ways to support those communities directly.
Meta says it will open source its most powerful AI models and launch new ones designed for consumer devices. And the push for open source models is seen as a pretty thinly veiled swipe at OpenAI and Anthropic, who offer mostly AI models that are closed. Zuckerberg says everyone should have access to superintelligence.
We're also working to make sure that everyone has a personal superintelligence agent that works 24/7 on your behalf to improve your health, your relationships, your career, your finances, and more.
Today, Senator Bernie Sanders sent a letter to Zuckerberg asking him, along with OpenAI and
He did it the old school way. He sent a letter. Oh, man. I wonder how many stamps was on that letter.
Anthropic to stop developing the technology, saying, quote, investing tens of billions of dollars into a technology that nobody can fully understand, predict, or control, well, that is absurd, he says, irresponsible and extremely dangerous. Meta says it will give its board of directors authority to approve safety criteria for model releases and called on other AI companies to do the same. Zuckerberg is also pushing back on doomsday job losses predictions, saying that wide distribution of AI is more likely to generate jobs than eliminate them, predicting that more companies with smaller headcounts rather than mass unemployment. Brett.
Bet you we'll see that soon. Ashley, thank you.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
More companies with smaller headcounts rather than mass unemployment. More companies with smaller headcounts rather than mass unemployment. I'm an entrepreneur. I started in the textile field. I would have one Tesla bot for every employee that I have working for me. And I would strictly have the Tesla bots work the night shift. That's what I would do if my business had manual labor involved. I would have the first half of the day, let's say 9 to 5, right? Clock in 8:45, get yourself settled. From 9 to break, we're prepping. After break, the robots are taking over most of the manual labor. And then on the wind down of the shift, we're prepping for tomorrow's prep and have the robots work through the night. That's what I'd do. That's what I'd do if I had like, let's say a print shop or mechanic shop, something like that. I mean, they already got the robots building cars already, right? I think the Tesla bot actually finished a car not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken. What else we got? Yeah, that's it. I just got 3 more stories about Mark Zuckerberg with the AI. Well, Guys, thanks for tuning in. That's the show. Just a solid 2 hours. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. That's a 2-hour show right there. Real smooth, real smooth. Yeah, man. I'll probably do a show Saturday night. And announcement for the group chat. It's an open panel. I'm waiting for my co-host to settle in with her new position at her job, and then we'll have a open panel on group chat. If you want to join the group chat, send me a DM. Link is in the description. Send me a DM and make the thing. Just say you want to join the group chat, and I'll vet your profile and see if we can have you up. I mean, I'm not trying to do a full panel of 10. Want to probably like max out at 8, 9 people the most. But that's the show for this evening. Thanks for tuning in. And we gonna ride out with the song. Thanks to Batman. Batman made me a song. And we're gonna call it a day. Make sure you tell your friends about the Late Show with CEO. We just have general conversations about the news and what's going on this show. The group chat, we get a little ratchet, your typical Q&A and review of videos in the panel format. I'm trying to grow this platform to be something for not everybody, but for people who can hold the conversation without cursing each other out or getting too wild. I'm not really looking for a viral moment. I'm just looking for good conversation. So with that, I'm gonna mute my microphone, and then I'm gonna play the song to Jeremy from Jeremy.
CEO is in the building. It's your pleasure. Step right in. I'm about to speak game. I'm about to speak truth. Calculating moves from the floor to the booth. It's not what you say, it's what you relay. Infinite preparation, mapping out the play. No games, no cap, just provocation, checking off the tasks. I'm charting out the play. So what we got today is a preparation. Now we master pain, pure mastery running through my veins.
See you now.
CEO, see you now.